Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show live. And look what I have here. Do not open until on air, Michael Lee. There's something very special in this envelope for this special episode of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. This arrived in the mail 2 weeks ago, and it's been a real tease. It's kind of like one of those packages you get that says, do not open until Christmas. Nope, we can't touch it. We were instructed by Michael Lee, who's the renowned mentalist and death-defying escape artist, who's our special guest live from New York City tonight on the Jim Masters Show Live. Good to have you with us, everybody. Here it is. We will reveal what this is, but only under the guidance and instruction of Michael Lee. So again, he wanted to really make sure that we did not open this until on air. So we're on air, but we can't open it yet. We will reveal what is in this in just a moment. First, let's welcome everybody. Our very special guest is renowned mentalist and death-defying escape artist, Michael Lee. He's been doing this work for a long time. And in just a second, we're going to welcome him to the show. First, a couple of things we always do on the Jim Masters Show Live. We welcome you. I'm your host. It's nice to have you with us. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series that we started almost a year ago, and it's bringing back sort of the lost art of conversation with vim and vigor. Few surprises, amazing guests, inspiring conversations, and anything can happen, especially tonight with Michael Lee as our special guest live from New York. It's going to be an amazing show. He's going to do live demonstrations, and we've got some cool videos and just a lot of surprises for you. So sit back, relax, and be amazed tonight on the show. I do this work professionally as a television and radio host, presenter, journalist, personality, radio and TV personality, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist. And we created this show as a way to collaborate, create, connect, have fun, learn something new all the time on the Jim Masters Show Live. So if you're just joining us for the first time, we welcome you. We thank you very much for tuning in to our show tonight. And again, our audience is also very interactive. Feel free to post comments as we go along live. Many of you do watch our series later on in the archives, and that's really terrific as well. So you're welcome to watch the episodes later on in the archives too. They're there for your comfort and convenience. I've been called a very bingeable Mr. Levity. Levity is a word that we sort of coined for the show when I said light, love, and levity. And I said love and levity a little too fast. And all of a sudden, the viewers call themselves, and the viewers are international too, they call themselves the Levity Squad, the Levities. They call me Mr. Levity. They call this Levity Hall. We're here in the greater New York area, between New York and Boston along the southern New England coast. And we welcome everybody. And we toast all of you in our official Mr. Levity. I don't know if you can see it there. Mr. Levity, hashtag Masters Mantra, Mr. Levity glass, which came from one of our great Levity viewers, Maureen in Arizona. So we thank her, and we've been sporting that here on the show. We welcome everybody. Again, if this is the first time, we have about 400 episodes of our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series available for you, all on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Great guests from all around the world, Broadway, television, film, music, Hollywood, as well as culinary arts, sports, comedy, inspiration, you name it. and we always have a good time. Subscribe to the channel too. We would love that. Subscribe to Jim Masters TV so you don't miss any of our daily exciting live episodes, epic episodes of JMS Live. Click the notification bell too so you don't miss anything. You'll be notified when there's new content that is happening. You'll get exclusive previews and so much more. So subscribe to the channel. We would love that. And we say hello to all the lovedies too, who are watching from around the world, including Willie, who is here from Holland. Good evening and night, all the lovedies. Have a good show. Thank you, Willie in Holland. Crystal in Connecticut. Hi, Jim. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an amazing show with inspiring conversation and, of course, lovedy. Bindi Cindy. I love that name, don't you? Bindi Cindy. Hugs and hello, Jim and lovedies. Glad to be back and feeling better. That is what we want to hear, and we love that. I'm glad that you are feeling better. We've been waiting for you. We kept the porch light on for you, Bindi Cindy. Mary Bishop is here. Hello, Jim and lovedies. She's reporting from Florida. From South Africa, Juanita is here. Hello, Jim and lovedies squad. Going to be an interesting and fascinating and eye-opening show. Absolutely is. And Kathy Short is here from Cleveland. Good evening, Jim and our lovely family. Nice to be here tonight. Well, nice to have you here live and direct from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Claudia Barto is here. Hey, lovedies. Happy Thursday. Good to see you, Claudio. Got tulips from Willie. Maureen is here from Arizona, who gave me that Mr. Lovedy glass, which we love. Perfect timing. Hello, Jim, and all of my dear lovedies. Tonight's show is bound to be an epic one. Eye-opening, to say the least. We're so excited to have Michael Lee here. He's been prepping several weeks for this episode, as have we. So it's going to be cool. Ooh, love it already. You got it. And June is reporting live from Maryland, her new home in Maryland. Congratulations and welcome, June. It's so nice to have you here as well. Live and direct from Maryland. Bring us back some of those great Maryland blue crabs. Kathleen Walker says, hey, Jim, this is going to be fun. Hope all is well. Hi, everybody. Good to see you in New York City, Kathleen. Love having you here. Hey, Michael, should be a magical night. Literally, absolutely. And Merlin says, hello, Jim and fellow lovedies. Welcome, Michael, to our Lovedy Hall. And you didn't miss the welcoming toast. Perfect. I love it because it was in the glass that you sent, which we love. And Evelyn Nowlin says, I love Michael Lee. That is fantastic. And thanks for watching tonight, Evelyn. It's great to have you here. Love it. Christine Clifton is here. Hello, Jim and lovely friends. Welcome, Michael Lee, to the show tonight. It will be a magical and exciting evening in Lovedy Hall. Nice to see everybody here. Karen Campbell Green. Good evening, Lovedy family. Hey, Karen, our guest is in New York City, but he's originally from Nova Scotia. That's right. Nova Scotia, Canada is where he hails from and his family hails from. And I was telling him we have viewers in Canada as well. So he's from Nova Scotia. You're in Nova Scotia. They're in Cape Breton. And Wozniak is here in Florida, Jacksonville. Hi, Jim and lovely friends. This is going to be an exciting evening. You better believe it. Toasts coming in from everybody. We love it. Good to see everybody here. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody. If we did, we'll try to scroll through the comments. Zip by so incredibly fast, but we try to get to as many people as possible. And yes, he is from Nova Scotia. It's pretty cool, huh? His name is Michael Lee, and he's been doing this work for a long time. He's one of the best in the business. He's worked with some of the best in the business as well. He has some really cool things set up for us. We're going to blow you away with his extraordinary talent. Just want to tell you a little bit about some of his amazing background. If you're not familiar with it, he's doing this for a long time. Renowned mystifier, Michael Lee, is a mentalist and death-defying escape artist. His amazing accomplishments include influencing the thoughts of American President Bill Clinton, locating a hidden radio personality who was hiding somewhere in the city of Montreal, and even reading the mind of a renowned American author, too. Considered the world's greatest escape artist, Michael has escaped 12 jail cells around the world, released himself from over 1,000 different makes of handcuffs, and met over 60 challenges. Michael is extraordinary. He's taken his unique talents into the arena of corporate America, having performed at events for Harley-Davidson, Sony Music, Rolls-Royce, Bristol-Myers Squibb, Resorts Hotel and Casino, the New York Stock Exchange, among numerous other corporations. He has performed for celebrities such as Roger Daltrey of The Who, Rupert Murdoch, Cher, actor Ed Harris, Billy Joel, Jim Henson, and Joseph Pop, just to name a few. Raised in Nova Scotia, Canada, and overcoming childhood illness at a young age, Michael has forged a path for himself of wonder and amazement. Gifted with being a sensitive, we'll talk about that in a minute, Michael dedicates his energy to motivating and inspiring others on the vast hidden potential of the human mind. We're live and direct from New York City. Why don't you join me in welcoming our very special guest. Is he really here or not? Maybe he's not even here. Maybe we're playing a trick. Michael Lee is here. Michael, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us, my friend.
Hello, Jim. Greetings from the epicenter of fun and excitement, New York City.
The Big Apple. So how are you and how have you been? And here comes that lovity. Welcome, Kathleen Walker says, welcome to you. Maureen says, we always love to welcome new lovities to the squad. Welcome, Michael. And Mary Bishop, hey, Michael, welcome to Lovity Hall. And Juanita in South Africa. Wow, welcome to the show, Michael. Crystal in Connecticut, USA. Hi, Michael, welcome to Lovity Hall. And Karen asks, what part of Nova Scotia are you from, Michael?
Halifax.
Halifax. And you have family in Cape Breton or something, you said, right?
I do.
Yeah, they're there as well. And June, of course, our wonderful dear friend June. Hiya, Michael. And Willie in Holland, welcome, new lovity, Michael. Evelyn says, hello, gorgeous.
Hello, Evelyn, my love.
There you go. Absolutely. Welcome, Evelyn. And welcome to fellow Nova Scotian, Michael Lee. And Anne says, welcome, Michael. Love your vest. She loves your vest. Where'd you get the vest? It's cool. Good answer. How do you spell that?
Right. Off the rack.
Yabba dabba doo. So, how did you first get involved in this extraordinary world that you're in? Was this something that was noticed in you early in your youth, or was it something that you tapped into as time went on? How did it all begin for you, Michael?
It wasn't something that was planned, believe me. But as a kid in Halifax, I was incredibly ill. And June will attest to this. I suffered, we know everything today with an initial. Well, I suffered from something called RA, which we know as rheumatoid arthritis. And basically what it is are calcium buildups that attack the joints. Well, in my case, they attacked my knees and my ankles. I was in a hospital off and on for about 2 years. And in a hospital bed for 3 months straight, with physicians telling me that, look, you might not walk again.
So what happened from there? How did this progress to where you were able to recover from some of that?
A total diet change, clean food.
The diet.
Absolutely clean food, diet. Diet was everything. But I also encountered an African doctor that gave me a book that really changed my life. It inspired me. And the book was titled Houdini, A Mind in Chains. The book, it was a very heavy book. It was written by a psychiatrist. Far too heavy for an 8-year-old to grasp. But there were images. And what struck a chord in me is that the book was written by a psychiatrist who equated the human condition with confinement. There I was in a bed confined, and it was something that I could relate to. And I decided to pursue it. I completely absorbed this book. And this doctor also had an interest in very simple tricks that he would teach me just to keep moving, to keep my mind occupied, in a sense, to misdirect me from the pain.
Mm.
And yeah, that's how it started.
So you were able to implement some of those strategies into your life to redirect the thoughts away from the pain. And did that intrigue you, how the mind was able to do something like that, to the mind over matter type thing?
Mind is a fascinating tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I implemented a lot of different strategies, but basically it's a way of misdirecting your energy into something positive. And in my case, as a kid, it was something that I absorbed, put it into the computer and just absorbed it. Only I didn't realize to what extent. But it helped me a great deal. And even the small tricks that this doctor taught me turned into something even grander.
Mm.
Yeah.
So as time went on, tell us a little bit about some of the opportunities that came your way in doing the work that you do. What would you say were some of those moments and maybe some of those door opening opportunities for you that really launched the work that you've been doing all these years?
There's a great saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I guess I was pretty good. Didn't think I was great, but I thought I was pretty good. But again, a local performer appeared in my city, and I don't ever recall for lack of a better word, a magician appearing. And he took me under his wing and taught me some of the rudiments of magic and conjuring, which has a fascinating history.
Mm.
And from there, I basically developed a small show. It was pretty awful, but a small show that I would do anywhere and everywhere. And all of my teachers instilled in me, the main thing is to work. Just work. Do it everywhere. And the more stage time you can put in, the better.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you did that. You followed that path.
I did that. Yeah. One thing led to another, from smaller shows for children's birthday parties to working at libraries to working for Cub Scouts, and just doing that year after year and developing new material. And the more routines you have, the more it develops into a performance. And then I was picked up by an agent in Canada. So.
And now, of course, you're in New York all these years, but when did you come to the United States?
I came in New York in 1990.
In 1990.
Yeah.
Cool. That's fantastic.
So it's been a while, a lot of changes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some people tie in different things to this kind of work. One of them would be ESP. Do you believe in ESP, Michael? I know it can be controversial for some.
I do. I've always been a student of the mind. And I think one of the things that we've just never given it enough credit. Especially these days, we've come to rely on other forms of communication. Think about that for a moment. Now we have the internet, we have the mail, we have 5,000 channels on TV. We have the telephone that is literally glued to everyone's hand. We've never had a need to actually develop what we have. And I consider ESP, I believe it's an extrasensory ability. It's up there with hearing, speech, smell, touch. But again, we've never had a need to develop it.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to try something with you that's simple. If it works, great. If it doesn't,
great.
great. Yes. Again, my work is about 82% accurate. So there is a window there that for failure. I'm going to give this a try. I'm not sure if I can do this, but I'm going to give this a try. I brought with me a notepad. I hope you can see this.
Yes, we'll do a full screen here.
Yep. What I want you to do, Jim, is I'm going to write something down here. Okay. Good. Are we able to do a split screen?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Okay, Jim, I'm committed to what I wrote down here, and I want you to think about this for a moment. I want you to think of a number, a 2-digit number between 10 and 99. Tell me when you have one in mind.
I have one in mind.
Call it out.
24.
24. Now, just for the sake of curiosity, why did you think of 24?
Favorite combination of numbers. It's always been one of my favorite combinations because they're even numbers. So I tend to lean even over odd.
Yes.
So I've always enjoyed 24. It's just a number that I've always gone to. Somebody said, "What's your favorite number?" That's a 2-digit number.
Right.
24.
But
That's
again, we've spoken before the show, but again, in all honesty, we've not prearranged anything. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
I want you to have a look at this.
That is amazing. That's incredible.
I think we're pretty accurate.
You will think of 24. Wow.
Off to a good start.
That's amazing. That's
Thank
extraordinary.
You. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Jeez. You probably can tell the audience whether I have pants on right now or not, but we'll skip that one.
we won't mention Jeffrey Tambor.
That's it. That is incredible. That is fantastic. 24.
No.
And for the audience watching, we didn't talk about this. This was not rehearsed at all. I swear on everything you can swear on, and I don't swear. Only when I stub my toe, maybe. But that is unbelievable, my friend. Wow. I could see why you performed for President and Mrs. Lincoln. Well, that would be amazing. Clinton. Maybe in a past life you did Lincoln.
There was a great line that said something to the effect of, "Listen, Martha, other than the obvious, what did you think of the show?"
Right. Exactly. They should have got the cheap seats. You performed for President Clinton and Mrs. Clinton, and they were blown away and amazed, and you were able to do some really incredible things. Tell us about that story. And just to show you the comments coming in, cool and incredible and incredible and very incredible and wow and wow.
Let me ask you, was that someone named Kathleen who thought of 24?
Did somebody else think of 24? Good question. I wonder if anybody else thought of 24. I know I did, but I don't know if anybody else also thought of 24.
I was picturing somebody named Kathleen thinking of it.
We have Kathleen here. Kathleen, I wonder, did you think of it? Oh, Christine. Incredible. I thought of 24.
Oh, okay. Too. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So she asks, is it that many others could also be thinking of the same number?
Absolutely. When everyone's on the same wavelength, absolutely.
Is there a definition to the wavelength? Is it something definable or not really?
It depends on a lot of things, but I wanted to get back to your original question of working for President Clinton and Hillary.
Yeah.
Wonderful people, and it was an event at their home in Chappaqua, and it was just a lot of fun. My agent called me out of the blue and said, "How would you like to do this?" And I said, "Sure, I'd love to." And yeah, it was just a great event.
That's incredible.
For some cause that I don't remember, but yeah.
Now, I would imagine you've probably had, very interesting and maybe unusual experiences with the audience over the years, huh?
Yeah, yeah. One of the things that I used to do in the show is, prior to doing my show in a theater, I go on the radio. And many people do an interview, say about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes. I've been really lucky in that they give me an hour. So how do you perform on the radio? The first thing for me that would come to mind is a singer. It only makes sense.
Just so you know, Kathleen said she thought of 24 also. So
Thank
Jim,
you, Kathleen.
Christine, and Kathleen
Interesting.
all thought of 24.
Fascinating. Great. Great. Thank you for writing. Yeah, the show I do on the radio is basically, and we're going to try this tonight. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a try tonight. If you're watching us, if you're watching the show, tell everyone to tune into the show, the Jim Masters Show. Tell everyone. But also, if you have something in your home, like a broken watch, an old timepiece that doesn't work, if you have a piece of metal, a spoon or a fork or a knife, bring it out. Put it next to your computer or next to the TV, and we're going to try to do a feat of psychic repair. Does it always work? No. We're going to give it a try. If you all send me your energy, we can make this happen.
That is very cool.
And that's one of the things that I do on the radio. And a short time after instilling the suggestion into the audience, the host will tell me, look, we can't take any calls. The entire switchboard is lit up. We've got, 100 callers ready to tell them what happened. A watch that hasn't worked in 20 years, all of a sudden held up, is now ticking. Silverware, a grandmother's silverware is bending.
Yeah.
And no one can explain why this takes place.
Evelyn said, guess her number 2, the first time that you guys met.
I had my dear Evelyn on stage with me. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So right now you want us to tell us again what you want the audience to focus on, this energy.
Yes. If you have a piece of metal in your home, a spoon or a knife, we've done it with a nail, or if you have a broken watch, any sort of timepiece, bring it out next to the computer, bring it out next to your TV if you're watching this, and we're going to try to repair these things or cause the metal to break. Again, it's not an exact science. I'm going to do my best. But if something strange happens in your home, please write in, let us know that something out of the normal has happened.
Yes. Tell us in our Facebook group, JMS Live, Lovely Hall, folks, if anything has happened. So we're looking for something metal. It could be a watch, spoon, anything. And if the watch isn't working, we're going to try to.
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool. That is, I love that. Cynthia, who's watching in Washington, D.C., says, Michael, what do you think of remote viewing? I feel like I have a gift in this area, especially when it comes to missing persons.
Well, Cynthia, I totally believe in it, and it's something that I've done. Later in the show, I'm going to show you an example of something that I did in the city of Montreal when I was on the air.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Kathleen is ready. She has her instrument of metal near the computer where she's watching, and we are. I think everybody's pretty much. You guys all ready? You have something? You're grabbing your spoons, your watches, or whatever it may be. And
now again, yes, and again, I want to remind you all that this is not an exact science. If you believe that it will happen, and if you see it within your mind, you can cause this to happen. But again, it is not 100%. So, but what I want you all to do now, if you have a broken timepiece, if you have a piece of metal in your home, pick it up, hold it gently, and concentrate. Look into the camera, and on the count of 3, I want you to repeat after me. Bend, bend, bend. Here we go. Bend, bend, bend. Concentrate. See it happening in your mind. If anything happens, we'd love to know about it.
All right, gang. If anything's happening, let us know. And you've got Kathleen and Mary and Juanita and Karen. If you see anything that's happening at all, let us know right now. Just post it in the comments since we're live, and see if anything happens to what you have near you. And they're looking, what would they possibly be looking for? What should they keep an eye out for?
If you have a piece of metal, say a spoon or a fork, something that looked ordinary when you brought it out of, say, the silverware, and all of a sudden it seems to have changed or altered in shape, or if you have an old timepiece or something that hasn't worked in a while, and you hold it up to your ear, and it's now ticking, then I think we've managed to do something amazing here tonight.
That is amazing, is right. Chime in, folks, if you have anything that has happened here, and we'd love to hear it. What do you have? What did you have, Karen and Juanita and Mary and Kathleen? Type in what the item was so we know. And if anything, you notice any sort of a change. And it's something really where it really requires super focus, right? You can't be distracted.
Absolutely. And again, it doesn't always happen to a piece of metal that's in front of you or a watch.
It could be something in another room.
Within your environment.
That is cool.
Did the lights go off? Did something flicker? So.
Kathleen says a watch.
A watch?
So what happened with the watch, Kathleen? Did it start again?
To your watch, Kathleen, is it now ticking?
A fork. Karen says a fork. Anything happened to your fork, Karen?
Did it alter in any way? Did it bend? Nothing yet. It's okay. That's okay. As I said, it's not an exact science, so we're going to continue to try.
Should they be staring at the item? Is there anything that they need to do on their end?
They're holding it and they're repeating to themselves, bend, bend, bend. And visualizing it in their mind.
Karen said in Nova Scotia, nothing happened to the fork, but her lights just flickered.
Did they? Did they really? That's amazing, Karen.
Nova Scotia.
Us. And you're in another country. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And your hometown in Nova Scotia.
Wow.
Yeah. Juanita is all the way in South Africa, concentrating on the spoon. See what happens there. Is there anything else they need to do, or you just got to keep saying bend, 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 and just focus on it?
Focus on it, and possibly by the end of the show, something may have happened, may have altered. Again, it's not an exact science. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. I understand.
Well, we got the lights flickering in Nova Scotia, Canada, so that's a good sign, right?
That is a great sign.
So it might, like you say, it might not be the exact item that's in front of them, but something else could be.
Absolutely. Something else could have happened. I mean, your computer could go down, your internet connection, lights could go out. Things have been known to move around the house that people know were at a certain location.
Karen said it's flickered twice now in Nova Scotia.
Wow.
Austin Field says he thinks the lights flickered out of the corner of his eye where he is.
Where are you at, Austin? Where's Austin?
I believe he's in Connecticut.
It's Connecticut, okay.
Yeah. And Cynthia in Washington, D.C. is concentrating on her fork. Mm-hmm. So he thinks the lights flickered, and Karen says hers did twice. Christine has a watch in her hand. Nothing with the watch, but the lights in the dining room flickered about a minute ago.
As I mentioned, it doesn't always happen to the object that you're holding.
But a lot of lights, I noticed.
The environment can't. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Christine had the lights, and Karen in Nova Scotia has the lights, and that is interesting.
Well,
that is very cool.
Well, we'll see. We'll see by the end of the show if anything else takes place. But
that is cool. That is really, really amazing. You also performed at the world famous Apollo Theater. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, that was wonderful. Like. It was a huge benefit. The place was sold out. And The night before.
Oh, wait, look at this. Mary in Florida says her son hasn't messaged her in a while. He just messaged her now.
Mary,
So contact from a loved one.
Mary, can I ask you? This is wonderful. Can I ask you how long it's been since you last spoke to him or communicated with him?
Type it in comments there, Mary.
No, we're curious.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mary, for writing.
And that's over technology. That's messaging over a cell phone.
Yep.
Yeah. And Christine says that's incredible. So that is, so it could also prompt somebody else through technology to do something, like her son messaging her.
Without a doubt. Without
2 months. She says it's been 2 months.
Long time.
And all of a sudden, right now, he's messaging her. Wow.
Well, please, Mary, please say hello from both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him to call more often.
Text more often. Karen says, wow, cool. The Apollo being involved. You were telling us about the
Apollo Theater. Yes. It was a benefit and the place was sold out. The night before, the late singer Prince was there. So I came that close to meeting him. But before you go on that stage, it's a wonderful moment because you have the wishing stone that you put your hands on before you enter the stage. And I remember speaking to the stage manager and asking him about who have touched this. And he looked at me and said, who hasn't? Name the artist. The Jacksons, including Michael Jackson, James Brown, Ella Fitzgerald, Jackie Wilson, Prince. The list goes on and on and on. And I remember leaving the stage, and the stage manager said to me, isn't this a wonderful theater? And I said, you know what? It's not a theater. I said, it's not a theater. And he said, what do you mean? I said, the energy that's in this building. I said, you know what this is? This is a cathedral of soul. It's a cathedral of soul. There was that much love and energy in this building on that stage. And it was one of the joys of my life to appear there. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, speaking of that, you've had a wonderful opportunity really to meet so many extraordinary people over the years, huh?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Years ago, I did a corporate event at Webster Hall, New York City's largest nightclub. And Eric Bogosian of Law and Order came there. And yes, another one was the late Joey Ramone.
Oh, yeah.
Lead singer of the Ramones. Joey was there. And yeah, it's a great place. And they really enjoyed my work. And the Webster Hall family, the Bollingers, hired me for about 5 years.
That's amazing.
So not only did I work in the main room, but I also did close-up thought reading for the patrons. And it was a great way of keeping my chops.
Even Abe Vigoda.
That was a show that I did at the world famous New York Friars Club. Mm-hmm. And we all know Abe Vigoda from Barney Miller.
That's right.
Hal Linden, right. And but he's mostly known for playing the role of Tessio in the world famous Godfather. So
yes,
charming man, just a wonderful, wonderful human being, and he was very, very complimentary.
Yeah. Yes, I don't doubt that. I've always heard that about him, and there we are with the Friars Club.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
it's great performing there, huh?
Yes, it was a wonderful, wonderful, great theatrical location with a lot of legends present.
That's cool. We have some more great photos here too of some of the celebrities. Ed Harris.
Yeah, that was my show Paranormal that played off Broadway for about 18 months here in New York. And Ed and his family came to see the show, and just a wonderful actor who we know from Apollo 11. But he also came out with a new movie called Kodachrome. And it's about the last factory in the world that develops Kodachrome film.
Oh, yeah.
He's driving his family across country, and he arrives there one day late. What to do? What to do? It's a great movie called Kodachrome.
Sensational. We've got another one here. Of course, another legend, David Copperfield.
David, yes, quite possibly the greatest illusionist of our time. He brought his show to New York called Dreams and Nightmares, and just an amazing, amazing production. And now in Vegas, he has the oldest historical museum of conjuring history and literature, and it's just an amazing place to view.
Now, somebody that was beloved as a broadcaster and a fantastic historian and amazing, legendary television show host is somebody that I had an opportunity to actually meet and chat with, the one and only Joe Franklin. People know him from WWOR TV, Channel 9, New York City. He was just amazing. But you got a chance to, and there I am with Joe, yes, but you got a chance to be on the actual show with him. What was that like?
He was a true gentleman.
Wasn't he?
I'm getting all choked up. He really was. And he kept repeating, "Kid, you're gonna go places." And he was so kind, so kind. And yeah, I performed on his show, and it was a terrific opportunity. And when I first came here, I got the call, and I had a bunch of friends, theater friends, who said, "Well, why would you want to appear on this show? It's only local."
Mm-hmm.
My logic was never say no to any opportunity.
That's right.
And well, local in New York is only 8 million people.
Right.
So it worked out quite well, but also for the sheer fact that Joe Franklin was the man who discovered not only Richard Gere,
Mm-hmm.
but Barbra Streisand.
That's correct.
So
that is right.
It all means something.
Now, was it just a conversation that night, or did you perform as well?
I did a couple of pieces for him based on thought reading, and yes, managed to get into his mind. And years later, I got a call that he had opened a restaurant and a nightclub in Times Square. I did the opening night party and was brought aboard there for a few events. So he was a very, very kind man.
He really, really was. I agree. And as I mentioned, I had an opportunity to meet him as well and chat with him. And we lost him just a couple of years ago, not that long ago.
Truly a legend. Truly.
And like you and I were talking before we went live on the air, his office was like a museum
of theatrical memorabilia.
Yes.
But it was organized. It was organized chaos.
Yes.
He knew where everything was. But to the
untrained eye,
the uninitiated, it looked like somebody had just dropped a bomb of theatrical history in this office. But he knew where everything was at, and was a great guy. Really was a great guy. Yeah.
You had the opportunity to meet somebody that you've described as probably one of the greatest jugglers of all time. Tell us about that.
Oh, this is the amazing Michael Motion. And Michael did a show years back at the Brooklyn Academy called Michael Motion in Motion. Great name.
It is.
And Michael has been the recipient of a number of MacArthur grants, Genius grants, and Michael juggles at times with one object. Think about that. Most people think of the juggler at the circus with the clubs or the fire or the balls, more than one, but Michael juggles one object, and it's pure poetry to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Joe Video 55, loving all the pictures, and it's Joe and Myrna watching.
Hello, Joe and Myrna. I think their 40th anniversary party a few years back on Long Island, and two very dear friends. Hope you are both well.
Absolutely. And welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Joe and Myrna, hope you join us regularly. We're here every single night, 7 days a week, which is, I know, quite amazing. Quite talk about amazing. Jules Fisher, another industry giant. Tell us about this meeting.
Jules Fisher is probably the top lighting designer in the world.
Yeah.
An amazing craftsman, and Jules is mainly known for his wonderful lighting in the movie with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane called The Birdcage. And there's
Yes.
that scene of Nathan coming down the staircase, and you see all the follow lights, and that is his design, and just brilliant.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And here's another great shot.
Yeah, I got the call, and you're performing for American author Kurt Vonnegut, whose book Slaughterhouse-Five is required reading in colleges across America. And when I performed for Kurt, I'm going to show you this, what I did. When I performed for Kurt, he had just come out with a book called Hocus Pocus. What are the odds? So I brought 20 books with me. His book, Hocus Pocus, was one of these 20. And I was so nervous. I said, Mr. Vonnegut, please, would you take a book? Now, that could have gone two ways. To me, it was 50-50. He could have gone with another book, or he could have gone after his own book. Thank goodness he went with his book. So I had a large notepad, big pad, and I wrote down a number. Don't remember what it was right now, but I wrote down a number, say 271. And I was wrong. He had looked at page 270. So I said, Mr. Vonnegut, on page, okay, so I'm wrong. You looked at page 270, yes. On that page, you looked at a word, and he said, yes. I had no idea. Hundreds of words on this page. I had no idea where he was going with this. This is what I got. As clear as day a few moments later, but this is what I thought of. That is the first thing I wrote down, was a circle. Had no idea where this is going. And then I wrote down what looked. I didn't know if they were seagulls. I didn't know what they were. And I asked him, am I close? He said, you're warm. Okay, I'm warm. Then I drew this. I had no idea where this was going. All I knew is that there was a circle with the 4 points of a compass, and I noticed that instead of these look like U's, what came to mind was water. And I rolled the dice and took a chance. I said, Mr. Vonnegut, you have a word in mind. This is what I'm seeing. I said, are you thinking of a nautical compass? And he said, yes. I said, what is the word you're thinking of? He said, a sextant. Is that incredible? Is that amazing?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
And when I picked up the pad, I had no idea where this was going. And that's what I received.
That is incredible. What was his reaction?
Kurt and I became very close friends. And as a matter of fact, for a number of years, we would go out every Sunday morning and have breakfast. A very, very charming man. And I miss him dearly.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he was blown away by that, huh?
He was. And he autographed his book with his caricature with the cigarette.
Yeah.
Which I still have, yeah.
We have a couple of more celebrity shots here. Then we've got some great video, and you're going to be doing some things live for us. And we still have do not open until on air. And you really wanted to make sure, because it's on both sides, that we didn't receive this in the mail 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And what torture it was. Not even, it's like a Christmas gift wanting to peek. Oh, Michael wouldn't know. Yes, he would. So it sits here. We're going to reveal what that is. Oh, yeah. Rick Ocasek.
Rick.
The Cars, yeah.
From the Cars, yeah. I had just come out of a rehearsal, and Rick was going into the studio to rehearse, and famous frontman for the band The Cars, and again, sadly, someone else has passed away, and just a amazing performer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Evelyn says, Jim Masters, I had no idea about your show. I'm a fan. Henceforth, I love that. I'm a fan. Henceforth, I love that. Thank you for your presence in my life. I love you already. Hugs. Beautiful person. Evelyn, you're welcome to Lovety Hall here. And we welcome you with open arms. Now, here's two that we've lost. However, so this picture is really something special for you. Siegfried and Roy.
Oh my goodness.
And what a great photo it is.
Thank you. When I first came to New York, I got booked to do a party, and someone at the party saw me and invited me to perform for them at the opening night of their show. Now, you cannot top Siegfried and Roy. For the last 40 years, the greatest illusion show, the greatest theatrical production ever, period. The world over. Forget about, Siegfried and Roy were up there with Liberace.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis, Wayne Newton. The legends. They are legends. And what they've done for wildlife conservation is just a great thing. And what they had the Royal White Tigers, and just two amazing gentlemen who worked very hard with next to nothing. They came from Germany, worked as a small 7-minute act. Then the 7-minute act developed into 12 minutes. And years later, they had a 2-hour show that was bought by the Steve Wynn hotel chain. They had their own showroom at the Mirage. Yeah.
And now we talk about theater and Broadway and so much more, and the incomparable Tommy Tune.
Tommy Tune, yes, Tommy. When I came to...
You look like brothers.
Yeah, well, great performer. I love Tommy's work. And he turned me on to a nightclub that I performed at for about a year called the Blue Angel. And I developed a 12-minute act that was done to music. And he turned me on to it. And just a wonderful guy and a great artist, great performer.
Yeah, he's extraordinary, isn't he?
He really
super
is.
Talent, and to this day, I met.
Gifted. Truly gifted. He could just be a little shorter.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him at an event called Way of the Rain, which was this beautiful visual artistic event set to the music by Tim Janis and his wonderful orchestral ways, and it was with Robert Redford and his wife. Sibylle Cigars Redford and so many other incredible people, and Tommy was there, and he couldn't have been more friendly and funny and welcoming. Just a real class act.
Really a class act, absolutely.
Uri Geller.
The amazing Uri Geller. In the 1970s and 1980s, where wasn't Uri? He was everywhere. Quite possibly the greatest psychic of our time. Was on the cover of every magazine, and has become a good friend and an amazing performer.
Absolutely. Jamie Lynn Spears.
Jamie, yes, Britney Spears' sister. She came and saw my show at Webster Hall, and she's a real sweetheart.
And that famous vest that everybody loves, your signature vest you're wearing, that you got on tonight.
Yes, 15 pounds later, yes.
That is amazing. You want to delve a little bit into also the paranormal too. Tell us a little bit about that, because we do have a cool video to show involving that as well, my friend.
Well, yes, I think before we show the video, I want to give this a try. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I want to give this a try.
Sure.
Jim, you have a lot of theatrical memorabilia in your studio.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a choice of either thinking of a piece of your theatrical memorabilia in your studio, or to think of your favorite actor. It could be an actress or an actor. Which would you like to go with, memorabilia or actor? As the Jeopardy thinking music plays.
Actor.
Actor. Okay. A male?
Yes.
Okay. You've got this person in mind. Just for the sake of curiosity, who are you thinking of?
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon. Wonderful, wonderful performer. Great artist, both live and in the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Jack Lemmon. Now, in relation to Jack Lemmon, I want you to think of something related to him. It could be a hobby, it could be a pet's name, or a production he was in, or a lesser known production. So Jack Lemmon, and what do you have in mind, just for the sake of curiosity?
A production he was in.
Okay, which one?
The movie with Sandy Dennis and he, when they were lost in New York City, The Out of Towners.
Out of Towners. Okay, good movie. So Jack Lemmon and The Out of Towners. Very interesting. I believe we are going to show, well, are we going to show Paranormal yet?
Would you like to?
If
All ready to go.
Are we ready to go?
We're all set.
That envelope's been there since the beginning. Keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't move. But if we can,
that's the one with there's a question mark on that, right?
Yes. And if we can come back to it later, but again, if there's a way of not cutting away from it, that would be great. But I'm not quite sure how we do this.
So when we play the video takes over the.
Will it take up the whole screen? Well, maybe I should do this piece for you then.
Yeah, sure.
Let me give this a try and move to.
Now you're not going to believe that Crystal Nolan in Connecticut said she was thinking of the same movie that I was mentioning.
Yeah.
The Out of Towners, that fabulous Neil Simon comedy. They come from Ohio, and everything that could possibly go wrong in the big city goes wrong. Yeah,
it really does. It really does. Let me give this a try before we go any further. I'm going to show you something that was originally done at Duke University. Now, Duke University is a location where they would explore the potential of ESP and also telekinetic ability, the ability to move something, utilizing the power of the mind. And the man who created these were known as Zenner cards. The concept of these cards is very simple. There is a square. There's a circle. There's a star, 3 wavy lines, and last but not least, a plus sign. And how these would be utilized is one person would be a sender in a laboratory situation. In that case, it's going to be me. Jim, you are going to be the receiver. You would be in another room, totally isolated. You could only hear me. All right? So I'm going to mix up these cards and we're going to lay them down in no particular order. So let's give this a try. All right, just like that. Good. All right. Now, Jim, what I want you to do, I have another set of these cards that I'm going to mix up. Whenever you feel an inclination, I want you to concentrate on one of these cards, okay? One of these cards here. And I'm going to lay it down. Tell me where you'd like me to put it. The plus sign, the star, the square, the circle, or the 3 wavy lines. It's up to you.
So I'll tell you where to place it. Place it on top of the star.
The star. Okay, we're going to place that right there. Good. And next?
The 3 wavy lines.
You're sure?
That wasn't necessarily my first thought.
What was your first impression?
The square.
The square. Do you want to stick with it? Or we'll go? Yes, the square. Okay, good. And next?
The plus sign.
The plus sign. For any particular reason?
It's positive.
Very good. The plus sign. Good. And we are getting down to We have the
Circle or the three wavy.
wavy lines.
Let's do the circle.
The circle. Are you sure?
Yes.
Good answer. Good answer. The circle. And last but not least, the three wavy lines. Now, Jim, what I'm going to do. So far, you have one right. And I'm going to show you that it is the square. I'm going to give you the opportunity of moving. When you feel an inclination, I'm going to give you the opportunity of moving any other two. It's up to you.
Why don't we take the card that's with the star?
Yes.
And put it with the circle.
Put it with the circle. So you want me to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think you did?
50-50. I think I've increased my odds, I think.
I think so. I think you've come very close. Let me show you.
Mm. On the money. Wow.
Well done, Jim.
That's incredible, huh?
But wait, let's why do something good when we can do something great?
Right.
Let's take it a step further. Earlier in the program, again, we've not cut away. There have been no edits. There have been no...
This is all live, right?
Exactly. You thought of any celebrity, and I believe you thought of an actor. Yes. Who was that?
That was Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon. Okay, Jack Lemmon. And you thought of something related. Was it a
production? It was
production.
The movie. It was his movie. Yeah, The Out-of-Towners, the movie.
So Jack Lemmon and The Out-of-Towners. Now that's really interesting because this envelope's been on the table in full view since the beginning.
Right. We didn't go to no commercials or anything. Yeah.
Right. And again, we've not prearranged anything. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Absolutely none. Absolutely none.
Well, let's have a look at this. Inside, there is a... Well, let's go with that. First of all, can you come in tight?
That says Jack Lemmon.
It does.
Yeah, you bring it up to the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it says Jack Lemmon. And you also thought of a movie.
The Out-of-Towners. Yeah. It's famous.
The Out-of-Towners. Yeah, something like that.
That is amazing. What do you think, gang? Awesome. Well done. Wow, that's amazing. Wowee. Wow, great stuff. Clapping. That is what I picked. Bravo. That is incredible.
Thank you.
Jack Lemmon in the famous movie, Neil Simon comedy, The Out-of-Towners. Great movie too. But I can't believe that. That is mind-boggling. Yeah, just like Maureen said, this just blows my mind. And Janet says, amazing. Wow, bravo. Holy smokes. Janet says, incredible. And June says she has seen you do this every time. It amazes. Denise says, bravo. Kathleen in New York says, wow. Well, it's unbelievable. And there was no editing. We're live right now. There's no editing. There's no trick cameras. There's none of that anywhere. There aren't duplicate envelopes, and I'm not texting you right now. There's none of that. That is incredible.
Thank you.
So doing that is called
amazing.
I'm looking for this whole scientific definition. That is called.
Yeah.
It's just
that's what I do. Oh my goodness. If I go into, say, a corporate environment, which I do a lot of corporate events, and we've done events at places like the Campbell Apartment and Grand Central, at Cipriani's, at Webster Hall, at the Beacon Theater, and many of these corporate events, for lack of a better word, can be a little staid. So they bring in my talents, and I'll do things like have someone remove their watch and mix up the time. I'll take off my watch and mix up the time. Then we'll exchange watches and mix up the time, push in the stems, and when we compare both watches, they're exactly the same.
That's incredible.
Or I'll have somebody take their business card and on the back make a drawing and put it away. And then I'll take my business card and make a drawing. And we'll compare them and they're the same. So that's what I do. And it really breaks the ice, especially when you have a group of strangers who don't know each other. And this guy all of a sudden enters their mind. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. You want to show the paranormal video now? Is that a good
show that? Yeah,
lead in? Do you want to preface it at all? Where you were?
This was done for a corporate audience, and again, I didn't shoot this, so the quality could be a little bit, but I think you will get the gist of what's going on.
All right, folks, a little paranormal coming your way. We're just getting started. Look what else I still have. I have not touched it. I have not touched it. I've wanted to, but I have not touched it. Do not open until on air. Michael, 2 weeks of torture. I didn't even tell the audience. I just said you were coming on as a guest, but I didn't say for 2 weeks I've had this in my possession. You know, you're jiggling it. You're like feeling it. We will reveal what it is coming up on the Jim Masters Show. Yeah. Oh, is it another stimulus? Is this another stimulus? It's a big one. I hope it's another stimulus. That's it. Can I make it a stimulus? Think hard, Jim. We shall see. We shall see coming up. But first, take a look at this amazing video here. And I hope you guys are enjoying. Keep posting away. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. We love you all. And we are having an awesome time tonight live from New York with our very special guest, renowned mentalist, and of course, death-defying escape artist, and much more than that. Michael Lee is with us. Enjoy.
This man has performed at the Apollo, he's performed at Town Hall, he's been on Fox, CBS, NBC, he's been to Japan, Canada, voted Best New Act by College Campus Magazine, performed for President Clinton. Please give it up for the master of mind illusion, Mr. Michael Lee, everybody.
My pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to tonight's performance. Having said that, please allow me to enter your minds. When I say let me into your mind, I mean that figuratively. Let me into your minds. Come on up on stage. Why don't we give her a nice hand? Just make sure we're up. Right now I'm thinking of a number. It's a 3-digit number. I am thinking of a 3-digit number. It's a number between 100 and 1,000. 3 digits. 333. You are very, very close. This beautiful lady right here. Yes, please. Hello, number. 505. You are close, but you're not correct. Let me see. Lady right over here.
793.
793. Why did you think of 793? Would you just come on up on stage for a second? We don't know each other. We have not met. We've not prearranged anything. You thought of 793. The number I was thinking of was 790. Was 795. So in a sense, you're off by 2. My envelope here, my wallet. There's no. Wait, it gets better. No, it gets better. There's an envelope there. It's sealed, closed. Yeah. Well, would you take that? Just tear it open. Yeah, just tear it open. Come on over here to the mic. Would you come over here to the mic? And again, we've not met. Nothing's been prearranged. I want you, in a loud voice, to read out this. Read this letter very, very carefully. Okay? Would you start at the top? Yes.
This evening, Michael Lee will try to project a 3-digit number to an audience member.
Okay, a 3-digit number to an audience member. Okay, so far we're doing pretty good. Keep going.
no one will guess it exactly.
No one will guess it exactly. It's true. No one did guess the number exactly, correct? All right, keep reading.
The person who comes closest will be a blonde lady.
Just wait, a blonde lady. Okay.
Next to Lake Hut.
But wait, it gets better. It gets better. Keep reading. It will be a blonde lady.
Dressed in a black t-shirt.
Dressed in a black, let's see, put the letter down. Dressed in a black t-shirt, okay. Okay, wait, lift it up, keep reading. Dressed in a black t-shirt.
Covered by a large blue sweater. Shut up! How did you do that?
Covered by a large blue sweater. No, wait, it gets better.
She will wear a necklace of numerous
Looks like silver hoops.
Silver, that's right. Silver hoops. This is weird. Wow. I like hoops.
Keep reading.
This person will be off by exactly 2.
You guys have been a wonderful audience, and it's been my pleasure to entertain you here tonight. I ask all of you, just as I was able to reach inside of myself and unlock my potential, I invite all of you to do the same. Reach inside of yourself. Don't settle for anything less. Unlock your own potential. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Long that when people freak out, I kind of get it because it's been around.
Sure.
But
look what Cynthia says.
I'm just glad that everyone enjoys it.
Cynthia Catherine Howard in Washington, D.C. watching, one of our lovelies. When he said the number 333, I was thinking of that number as well.
That's very interesting.
It's not the kind of number you necessarily would just think of haphazardly. 333. Yeah. Awesome, amazing, reach inside. This is awesome stuff. Boy, that's crazy. Wow. And claps. And June still can't figure it out. Juanita says good stuff and amazing. So that's a taste of paranormal, huh?
Yeah, that's a taste of paranormal. And it all started with a show that I did many moons ago. Then it evolved into a show called Mystifier, which was a very ambitious show that we did on Long Island. And there was illusions, there was escapology, there was hypnosis and thought manipulation of free thinking and experiments of ESP. And it was very ambitious and very exhausting. And I've since scaled it down to my 90-minute show called Paranormal, which plays very well, and it's all about audience participation. The show really isn't about me; it's about my audience and about their minds, working with their minds.
Kathy Short in Cleveland says, "Believe it or not, I thought $7.95."
There you go.
That's quite amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Wow. Huh. Now we've got another extraordinary video here, which is Burning Rope. Tell us about that one.
Oh my. Well, you know, I when I was a kid, I read the Houdini Mind in Chains biography written by the psychiatrist Bernard Mayer. And again, having rheumatoid arthritis and being in tremendous pain, I could relate to wanting to break free of things. All the escapes, all the restraints that I use in my show are basically one. Over 1,000 different pairs. I have about 800 pairs of cuffs in my collection. Any show will bring maybe 200 pairs on the stage and let people select. And handcuffs are piled up on my arms of any that they choose. But again, the restraints are not mine. They're restraints that I've won over the years, and my contract stipulates that if I do get out, I get to keep it, add it to my collection. And that's how I learn as a locksmith and an escape artist.
That is amazing.
The burning rope. Houdini, back in the 1920s, long time ago, would get out of straitjackets hanging upside down. And it was his way and his brother Hardeen's way of generating people to come to the theater. They see a free show outdoors at noon, a guy getting out of a straitjacket, and they'd come to see the show, which is wonderful. But for me, it wasn't death-defying to hang upside down. It would probably take you about an hour and a half before you passed out. So there really wasn't a death-defying element there. When I was 17, I put together an escape act, and one of the feature escapes that I wanted to do was to be strapped into a straitjacket and hung upside down from a rope that was on fire. Everyone said yes until they actually thought about it and realized how truly dangerous it was. We had to put it on hold for a while. It's one of those things that stayed here, and certainly stayed here, that I wanted to do. And one of the main things as you get older and as an escape artist is building credibility. It's very important to build credibility. And coming aboard with $4 million in insurance doesn't hurt either. But it's one of those escapes that it's never been attempted. A large event on Long Island. We had something like 10,000 people show up, and it was for the New York Fire Department. I wanted to give back something to them because it was shortly after 9/11, and we know what a terrible time that was and the toll it took on our fire personnel of our city. And it was just my way of giving back in a really unique, death-defying way.
Let's take a look at it, folks. Michael Lee with The Burning Rope. Take a look, enjoy. You're going to be amazed by this.
Yeah,
Harry Houdini was the foremost escape artist of the early 20th century. The technological breakthroughs of modern locks and handcuffs hold new challenges for today's escape artists that far exceed anything available during Houdini's time. Since his death on October 31st, 1926, no one has been able to claim the title of world's greatest escape artist. Until now.
That is unbelievable. Lived to tell the story too. What was it like up there? What were you feeling? What was going through your mind? What was the, besides, I got to get out of this quick. What's happening when you're in that particular predicament?
You know, for the audience, the first time, it's the illusion of the first time. Anything can happen. There's always, Mr. Murphy is always peeking his head in. Anything can happen. And we've spent a lot of money developing it. Well over $20,000 has gone into the creation and the research and development of the piece. We've had some near misses in rehearsals. But again, what the audience is seeing is the first time. I've done it a number of times. And what goes through your head? Well, I hope I'm going to get out. You have an internal clock that you know where you have to be at a certain time. But at the same time, you can feel the heat and you see pieces of the rope disintegrating. And yeah, it's looked down a couple of times and everyone looks very tiny. And but it was the quietest moment I've ever experienced in my life. For after years of people saying you can't do it, to be able to do it and to pull this off in one piece and to be successful is incredibly gratifying.
That is, I mean, is there fear? Does fear ever take over, or do you work? It does.
No, fear is always a companion, but you take fear and you isolate it. You put it aside and you say, look, this is my job. I'm a performer. I'm claiming to be the best. It's time now to take care of business and produce. And
to show that you are
the best. Show that, yeah. But is fear there? Always, always. Otherwise, I think you would, you know, fear is one of those things that holds so many people back, especially in public speaking or in any sort of new endeavor. It cripples us. The expression paralysis by overanalysis.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing is to prepare properly. I don't know if you can ever prepare to get out of a straitjacket 10 stories up from a burning rope, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of research and intestinal fortitude.
Have you ever thought of going into comedy too? You are so true with all of that. Austin Field says that the video is unbelievable, amazing talent, an amazing icon. Oh, my hat. What's going through your mind, which you just defined for us. So amazing. Merlin in Canada wants to know, what does your mother think of you doing this?
Oh, well, sadly,
yeah,
my mom is no longer with us, and I miss her every day. And
she saw a lot of this?
She was very supportive, but always sat on the edge of her seat, biting her nails.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Absolutely. But absolutely extraordinary too, my friend. Really just, you know, goes over and beyond what I think most people would even attempt. I love this, man. Cool stuff. You know, when you look at all of this, it really just blow the mind. I imagine a great deal of R&D must go into things like that. And is that expensive?
It's incredibly expensive to prepare. Again, buying buses, buying vans, having a pyrotechnician brought in who's licensed, renting a raceway, renting runways to rehearse this on, experimenting with a lot of different restraints. And yeah, just a great deal of capital goes into it.
Yeah. And blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, what goes through your mind when a 7-ton bus is heading straight at you, Michael?
Well, I hope I'm going to make it.
There's that answer again.
Yeah. That is about it. I mean, it's down to crunch time and taking care of business.
You
and
can't think too much. Yeah, you just got to get out of it.
No time for what's for dinner tonight. No.
That's it.
What's on the menu?
Yeah. Have you had situations where things have gone wrong? And if so,
yes.
How did you handle it?
Yes. We've had many vehicles ruined. Well, one of my cues for my stunt driver, and you have, I believe, images up here, Jim Donaldson, and he's one of the top stunt drivers in the business. And it's basically, if I'm motionless, you do not see me involved, that you're to swerve. But if you're within 100 feet, it's very difficult to do. And we've had restraints malfunction at the last minute where I've literally had to tear the restraint and the casing out of the van. And it's been very close at times.
Bless you for sure. I want to show some other things too.
Sure.
The New York Renaissance Fair, you've been involved in that too, huh?
The New York Ren Fair, yeah, I've been, it's a great thing, and I've been a headliner there for about 13 years. And besides doing my paranormal show, which is basically in theaters, and it's all about the mind, theaters or colleges, I get to go back to my roots, which is the art of conjuring. So everyone comes out to the fair for the day and have turkey drumsticks, and we get to see knights jousting. And I perform one of the oldest historically documented pieces of conjuring in the world, which is called the Cups and Balls, and it's a lot of fun. I do 3 shows a day, and our last show of the day, we get a little over 1,000 people. It's a great time and a great cause.
Evelyn asks, have you ever been injured or unscathed, I would imagine?
Only in rehearsal. Never in front of a live audience. But I do have to tell you that the heart has been broke once or twice, Evelyn.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
That's more internal injuries.
Yes.
Met Museum too. Look at you there.
Met
Wow.
Museum, yes, did one of the parties there the evening after the gala, and yes, that's my full regalia. Yeah.
Crew.
They're 2 of my crew that we played Atco Raceway in New Jersey, and you can see we have a full house behind us, which is very nice.
Yeah.
We managed to sell out 2 nights, about 8,000 people per night. So it was a great event and a lot of fun to do. This is my driver, the man I trust my well-being with. His name is Jim Donaldson, and that is his wife, Janine, and great people, and yeah.
That's a nice shot. Zero Gravity.
Zero Gravity. I believe you have a video of it, and this is an illusion that was created by a gentleman in Texas who is no longer with us, named Walter Blaney. He just passed away. Brilliant performer. And it actually fooled the scientists at NASA. That's how strong this illusion is.
That's
so
incredible.
you might want to show that.
That's incredible. We have 2 here, Mentalist Michael Lee, and then we have Michael Lee Mentalist. So we're going to play one of them, see which is the one that pops up.
Zero Gravity.
Zero Gravity. Yeah, we see, let's see, Zero Gravity. We're just looking for that one, see if we have that one here. There's so many different ones here. While we do that, let's take a look at a couple of more photos that we have in our wonderful entourage of photos, because we have some really, really cool ones. I like this one too. Look at this guy here.
No. Back in the day, that was
that's a funny.
That was a safe escape that I did, and prior to going in, and it was an incredibly difficult challenge. But that was during the Meeting of the Mind show phase when I was about 23 years old.
So we have Heartstrings, and then we have the other one, I think, is the Zero Gravity.
Okay.
So we'll go with that and check that out. That's a really cool shot.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very, very dapper there. So is, this is burning. Look at this one.
Yeah, again, that was when we had tried to do the escape, and we wanted to do it in the parking lot of a hotel, the biggest hotel in Canada, and nada, no way. Their insurance would not cover it, and it's something I just hung on to and said it's going to be done sooner or later.
Yeah. There's another great shot here.
Yep, that's another shot of the meeting. That was a promotion in front of a jail for the Meeting of the Minds show. Yeah.
That is really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I just the way they took it. Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg. I'm a huge supporter of working with our military. God love them. They're wonderful individuals and don't always have a lot of time, but during the month of December, I make it a point of doing a lot of benefit work. And one is for June's cause, the Tourette's Association of New York. Another one is the American Cancer Society.
Very
and
good.
of course, anything for our military.
Absolutely. Bob Hope would have loved you, that's for sure. He was so big with supporting the military. There's another shot with Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
That's a great shot too. Handcuffed. Look at that.
Yeah, that is, I think 6 or 7 pairs of the most secure handcuffs, so I'm told, on the planet. And that was used, I'm still trying to get a copy of that. Someone picked it up and used it for a European fashion magazine.
It's got that look. And now everybody wants those bracelets.
Right. Coming soon to eBay, Amazon. Yes, this is one of the jailbreaks I've done, and I'm not sure what other images you have there, but yeah, that's being searched. And basically, what they do is they take me into another area of the cell block and they strip me down and they search me thoroughly.
Very cool.
Lock me up and lock me into the cell. And if I fail to get out within a short amount of time, usually 2 or 3 hours, but if I fail to get out, I agree to spend the night. And after 12 of these attempts, I've never been held. So I'm very, very proud of that. I wanted to show some of the video, but it's really hard because many of the law enforcement agencies are very iffy to show that sort of thing. It's done privately, and then I consult them to educate them on how to search criminals, how to search the cells, and basically how to keep them secure, a criminal.
That's incredible. Yeah. Unbelievable. June wants the bracelets. They all want those bracelets now. They also thank you for supporting the troops as well. U.S. Air Force in the house. Thank you for supporting the troops. Really beautiful stuff. And all right, let's take a look at the video as well. Oh, one more. Juanita says, have you ever been asked to do any forensic work?
I do what is similar to forensic work in my show Paranormal, in that I recognize the micro expressions of members of the audience. And many of us give off 10 to 12,000 of them a day. They're about 1,000th of a second long, but I notice how people breathe, their mannerisms, body language, specifically the doorways to the soul, the eyes, tell an awful lot about us. And put these things together into a show that hopefully is not only amazing, but one that's entertaining.
Cool stuff. Let's go to that videotape, as Warner Wolf used to say on Channel 2 in New York. Let's go to the videotape.
The illusion that fools the scientists at NASA.
Thoughts as we know them are conveyed in one of 3 ways: through words, through numbers, or through images. Think about it. Okay, well, that's what we're going to deal with. We're going to deal with 3 segments. One is numbers, words, and an image. Okay? I'm going to give you some books. Red card. 10 letters. 9 letters. 9 letters. Red card. Do not change your mind. Stay with it. It's very important. Red card. Right here. Look at me. Hearts and diamonds. Hearts and diamonds. Hearts, diamonds. It's not a girl's best friend. Sorry. It's a heart. It is a heart. 9 letters. Is there a G in the word? It's not at the beginning. No. Ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 right now.
Are you thinking of the word
Yes.
conveying?
Yes.
Yes? a heart. We know it's a 2 or a 3, right here. Look at me right here. A 2 or a 3. 2 of hearts, 2 of hearts, 3 of hearts. 2 of hearts, 3 of hearts. I'm going to say... the 3 of hearts. Yes? Yes. Great. Thank you very much. Get out of here. Get out of here. My thumbs are down. I'm not going to change my mind. You have something in mind. I'm going to ask you to say it nice and loud on the count of 3 into the mic what you're thinking of in full detail. Okay? And what you remember that she told you, correct? All right. On the count of 3, just a second. 1, 2, 3.
A cat with 3 legs.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Tell us about that.
Well, that is a 3-part test. I call it a symphony of thought in 3 parts. And 3 people in my audience are selected at random. I pride myself on that everything I do on stage uses actual audience members. No actors, no Confederates, no electronics, no one is paid off. Everyone is a member of my audience. And basically, someone is given a deck of cards to shuffle. They break open the deck, look at one card, they close it. Someone is given a stack of books, I think 10, 12 books. They pick a book, they pick a page, and on that page, they pick a word. The young man was told to go anywhere in the audience and ask someone to whisper something in his ear. Again, nothing was written down. There was no before the show. So he goes in the audience and somebody whispers a thought into his ear. So he has something in his mind. I have to attempt to tell the person not only the playing card that they're thinking of, but I have to try to tell the young lady or whoever the page in the book, as well as the word they're thinking of. Then the hardest part of this test, again, a symphony of thought, is the person with the thought in mind. I pick up a notepad, I draw what I thought. In that case, I drew a 3, drew a circle around it, and I wrote cat. And the thought that somebody had whispered to him was very unique and very novel in that he thought of a cat with 3 legs. It's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. Wow. That is incredible. Are you ever blown away by some of these things as they're happening too?
When some of these things happen that I know I'm really having a difficult time with, yeah. I mean, for instance, when I did this piece with Kurt Vonnegut, where I drew the compass and I drew the waves, honestly, I had no idea where this was going. And the thing that came to mind was a nautical measuring instrument. And yes, it was a sextant. So yes, I'm blown away. I take nothing for granted.
We have another video here. This is the Heartstrings video. Tell us about that one.
Let me ask you, before we go into Heartstrings, do you have access to the zero gravity?
That one, I don't see that one. No, that one I don't see.
Okay, that's fine. Heartstrings is a lady or someone. I asked the entire audience to think of their first crush between the ages of 12 and 15 years old, to go back to a window of about 5 years, and the first time in their lives that their heart went pitter patter. And I go into the audience, and I'm looking for someone that's thinking of their first crush, and I get her on stage and have her imagine this person's likeness, and well, you'll see the video. Enjoy.
All right. Going to be tugging at your heartstrings, folks. And don't forget, I still have this and much more. Here we go. Once again, the incredible and incomparable Michael Lee.
Is I want you to go back to about the age of 11 or 12, each and every one of you, to a window of about 15 or 16, 11 or 12 to about 15 or 16, that window of about 4 or 5 years. And I want you all to picture the first time in your life that your heart went pitter-patter. I want you all to think about your first crush. Oh. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. I'm coming into the audience and I'm looking for someone that's thinking of their first crush. And you know, that music is great, but let's go back, let's go to the old school. You know the stuff. Let's try this. Let's go to the old school music. You know the one, yeah. Give her a nice hand, she makes her way up on stage. So let her hear it. Hello. How are you? We have not met before today, correct? You have your first crush in mind. Please, how rude of me. Well, give me your name.
Debbie.
Hello, Debbie. Nice to meet you, Michael. All right, Debbie, what I'd like you to do is I want you to picture this person's likeness. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try. I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm going to try to draw something close of a likeness of this person. And I want you to tell me just a yes or no whether or not I'm accurate.
Okay.
I'm not sure, Debbie, how close I am. I think I'm close. I'm going to give this a try, okay? But come on over to the mic and just give me a yes or no whether or not I'm somewhat accurate, okay? All right, on the count of 3. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So. Other than the other than the weight loss. Yeah. And believe it or not, these days this person is unemployed. It's true, don't say it. It's true, they are unemployed. And he's quite possibly living in his mother's basement. He's not for you, Debbie. Trust me, he's not for you. You deserve better. But Debbie, you also have a name in mind. Do not say the name, but I want you to count the number of letters. Can you do that? Okay? Ask you, did you get 7 letters? Yes or no? No. Okay, I'm gonna go with 5. Yes or no? Yes? Yes, 5 letters. Okay, 5 letters. Okay. Let me give this a try. All right, Debbie, come on over to the mic. On the count of 3, not before, on the count of 3. Announce the name on 3. Here we go. 1, 2,
Donnie Osmond.
I thank you all very much for coming on the stage. Give her a nice round of applause as she makes her way back.
That's pretty amazing too, my friend. It definitely is an interactive adventure for the mind. Oh boy, that's incredible. Good stuff. And just the way people react too, they're just they're as blown away as the rest of us, you know, when you really think about it. You utilize a highly tuned intuition and observation techniques, don't you?
Yeah, I think everyone has the potential to communicate, for lack of a better word, psychically. For instance, a friend of mine said one day that you're being paranoid. And I said, well, what's paranoia to you? To me, is intuition. And I think that's something that we all have, and it serves us well. But you have to learn to listen to it. Again, we've come to rely on other forms of communication, on TV, on radio, on the media, the internet. We have a phone glued to our hand these days. And we all have this extrasensory ability. We've just never taken the time to develop it.
Exactly. That's so true. It's really amazing. And, you know, in the performance, I noticed you had mentioned something called micro expressions. What is that about?
Micro expressions are something that originated by two scientists back in the early 1920s. And they noticed by recording patients talking about basically under interrogation, that they could pick up certain traits and certain, again, micro expressions of just moments, micro moments that tell us an awful lot about ourselves.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Are you always learning things about yourself too along the way?
Never-ending student.
Yeah. Yeah.
Student of the mind.
Constant teachable moments for sure.
Always something to learn. And, you know, it's interesting. I wasn't sure whether or not to mention this, but I thought this was really interesting because we're in a time now of major stress. The country in the last few years has been incredibly divided, and let's hope that things can move forward. But I was just reading an article in the AMA journal, the American Medical Association journal, and they were talking about stress and mental illness. And the first thing that came to mind would be prisoners, people incarcerated, or members of our military.
Yeah.
But it's not. The highest case of mental illness in the Western world is among psychiatrists. Isn't that amazing? And I think why this is.
I was going to say, yeah.
They have these sessions of one after the other,
Yeah.
and they're internalizing all of this grief and stories and drama and strife. But who do they share it with? Many of them share it with a bottle. Many of them share it with a colleague. But at the same time, if the colleague is using techniques that they're aware of, they tend to sugarcoat what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And another statistic was that the highest suicide rate in the Western world is among psychoanalysts. I couldn't believe reading this. And it's just unbelievable how stressful that position is.
And yours is quite stressful.
Well, in college, my background was theater and psychology, and I wanted to become a clinical psychiatrist. But after doing this kind of research and realizing how stressful and how it takes its toll on you, I've decided towards the arts.
But yet there's still psychology and other elements wrapped into it, aren't there?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's never been a familiar act to go out on stage in front of 1,000 people. It can be very disconcerting, and to realize that many people are looking at you, you have to be incredibly prepared. And just as you are with the way you design this show, and I've looked at other episodes, and I have to tell you, you do a fantastic job.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. And, you know, I just want to say that any of the executives of NBC or CBS or even Fox News or CNN that are watching, you need this guy. Hire him. He's a great talent.
Thank you very much. And we didn't rehearse that either.
Text in the mail.
Just like that question envelope that was behind you, we didn't rehearse that, and we didn't rehearse this.
Nope.
And we didn't rehearse this.
This is true.
Ooh. Are we at that moment?
Well, do we have another video, or do we want to do this? Why don't we end with that? It's a cliffhanger. It's the who killed JR moment.
We're wrapped with the videos. We've covered them all, but
you happen to have the one of the medieval fair, which is always fun for the audience, the cups and balls.
We don't have that one.
No.
Yeah, that we don't have.
Oh.
I don't think it was attached to the.
No.
initial email.
Oh,
Yeah. The cups and the balls. You'll just have to see him in person to see that.
Legendary cups and balls.
But we do have somebody very special that's near and dear to you.
Oh,
Amazing Kresgen.
the amazing Kresgen, my dear friend George. George Kresgen is, I consider him the world's foremost mentalist. He had a show in Canada for over 5 years on TV. He toured playing casinos and college audiences, and just an incredible, incredible gentleman, and has written a number of books.
Yeah.
And still performs. And one of the main pieces that Kresgen did in his show was to have his check hidden somewhere in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what would happen is he would have a committee selected at random, brought on stage of about 5 people. 2 of them would take Kresgen into his dressing room, while the other 3 that were on stage were given the instructions to take his check, fold it up, and hide it anywhere in the entire theater. He then would come out, accompanied by this committee, and literally chaos would ensue of dragging everyone around this theater, climbing over seats, having people take off shoes. It was just insane until he would hopefully locate his check.
That is amazing.
It truly was an amazing, he's an amazing artist, and
Yeah.
still holds the title to me of the world's foremost mentalist.
I saw him. I was mentioning to you off air. I saw him maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago at an event in New York, and he was the amazing Kresgen. The personality, and just he's the real deal.
Did he give you the Kresgen handshake?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Kathleen says, I can't wait to see what's in that envelope. Was there something else you wanted to do beforehand?
No,
You've been amazing us all evening.
I basically asked permission to do the hidden check idea with Kresgen. His first name is George, with George. And I wanted to elaborate on it. So a few years back, I was appearing in Montreal on CJAD radio. And again, when I do it, we do all these crazy things over the radio. And I go on the radio at about 11 o'clock till noon. So at 10 o'clock, I called the radio station from my hotel room. And I said, I want you to take a member of your staff and have this person hide anywhere in the entire city of Montreal. So this was 10 o'clock. The person had an entire hour to hide. I didn't go on the air until 11. I wasn't even in the studio yet. I think I arrived at the studio at about 1:45. I'm dead in the water. I have no idea what's going on. I had this person call in every 15 minutes. So 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30. The last time was at 11:45, and I think we did at 5 till noon. The person called in and concentrated on their surroundings. I am very stressed. It was an incredibly stressful moment. I took out a notepad, and I had no idea. I'm picturing the entire city of Montreal, and I had no idea where this is going. And I do this at corporate events where I have something hidden in the audience. It's not my check, but there's a variation that I use in the show. And I just wanted to add that if I'm doing a corporate event, I also do cocktail parties where people are standing around with drinks. I don't need a table. It's very easy to maneuver in and out of groups of people, and it plays very well. But also people bring me aboard, companies bring me aboard for events such as award ceremonies or motivational speaking engagements for their employees. Getting back to Montreal, this is what I drew. I had no idea where this person was hiding, and this is what I drew. I drew a large rectangle like so. That's what I drew. I have no idea where this is going. 11:15. That's all I have down. I have no idea where this is going. At 11:30, the person called in who was hiding and pictured their surroundings. Again, I had no idea. The next time I picked up the pad, I did this. I did that. Again, it told me nothing. It told me nothing where this was going. And I was starting to stress. You don't want to fail on TV. You don't want to fail on the air, especially when you're appearing in the city that evening. So I drew this. Again, I had no idea where this was going. The person called in at 11:45. I had them concentrate on their surrounding. And this is what I perceived. Right there, I did that. For some reason, the thought of a stamp came into my mind. I don't understand why. This is true. I swear on a stack of Bibles. We have this recorded on tape. I drew this. And to me, it looked like an envelope. It looked like an envelope. This is what I got. The person called in at 11:05. The show was over at noon. This is what I wrote down. As if struck by lightning, I wrote down this. Right there. CD. And I remember putting a circle around it. I kid you not. So it was 11:05. The person is on the phone. I showed the host across the studio this, and I said, this is all I have. He is starting to grin. And again, if struck by lightning, I looked at this, and it seemed to have made sense. This square with the small rectangle looked like a postcard. CD. Didn't know what it meant. It just came out. And I said on the air, are you hiding in the customs department of the Montreal post office? The place went crazy. The place went crazy. That's what I drew. It took me an hour. And that's what I drew.
That's incredible.
Is that wild?
That is wild. It's incredible.
Yeah. And I have no idea to this day. I don't know if I'd ever want to try it again. You know, it's one of those things that, yeah.
That's, does it, I would imagine, you know, sometimes depending on the scenario, the people involved and whatever is going on, this can be very emotional for you as well.
Without a doubt. And it takes its toll physically. That hour alone, I dropped 3 pounds doing that test. It's never been done, not on that scale. So, where are we now?
I was going to say, anybody that wants to trim down or lose weight, they're all going to want to know. They're all going to want to know how to do that test.
In New York, sure.
3 pounds in one night. Oh my
God! It was very stressful.
Cynthia keeps bringing up remote viewing, Michael.
Yes,
you're a natural.
well, Cynthia, that piece that I just described is very much a piece of remote viewing because it was important. The first half hour of this person being hidden, they were not really concentrating on where they were. They were concentrating on, can he find me? But they were not deliberate and being concentrating on where I'm at. There's a huge difference.
Right.
So can he find me? Oh, but here's where I'm at. So what he finally did, that's when the images started to come and a postcard, the stamp in the corner, and CD out of the blue. And on the phone, I said, you are hiding in the Montreal post office. And there was a moment of silence. And then I got, where? I'm like, where? He said, yeah. I said, where? I said, are you in the customs department? And the place went.
Wild.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. You're so gifted, Denise says, and Crystal watching live in Connecticut,
Thank you.
USA, very incredible. June says, wow, wow, wow. Evelyn says, wow, totally incredible. And Juanita in South Africa says, wow. And everybody just being blown away tonight, as I knew our Liberty viewers would be. And
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
oh, it's extraordinary. And we've really touched upon so many different areas and just really scratched the surface of what you do. And then
A lot. Yeah, we've got a lot of new things planned and a lot of new production, new escapes, new mental tests that I'm hoping to debut when this COVID nonsense ends and we finally get to join our fellow man together and women. It's been a tough year.
it really has, and it's spilled into 2021, and hopefully there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Get your shot.
Got mine already, both.
You.
Yeah, last week was the second one. So they say after the second one, after 2 weeks passes, then you're good to go. So
Yeah, I had an agent who sadly I had for almost 20 years, and she passed away. So
from COVID.
If anyone out there sees what I do and wants to get in touch, you can get in touch with me through Jim or my website. That's Michael Lee Magic, Lee, Michael Lee Magic, all one word.com. And let's talk.
Absolutely.
Your event. Yes. Well, the moment of truth. Listen, I'm going to get ready for that, and you're going to tear that open. Again, you've had that letter for 2 weeks.
Yes.
It has not been opened.
It's like, do not open until Christmas.
Right. You've had that for 2 weeks. At this point, I want you to tear it open. Take out what's in there, but do not open it. Can you do that?
Want me to do it right now?
Right now. I'm going to get set up.
All right. All right. He's going to get set up. I shall do that. All right. So, we'll show everybody what's in here.
Okay, get rid of the envelope.
The envelope is gone.
Paper in front of you. Jim, this is, just put it down for the moment. This is one of the most difficult things that I will do tonight. It uses a pack of cards. I wish I could say it was a card trick. It is not. It is a test. I'm going to do my best. What it is a 52 card deck that's a shuffled pack of cards. And Jim, what I want you to do right now, and again, I want you all to see this, that we are looking at a shuffled pack of cards. I hope you can all see this. I'm not sure if you can come in close and see this. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffled pack of cards. Good. Now, Jim, here's what we're going to do. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 52.
Let's say 1 and 52.
Between 1 and 52. Do not say it, but you have a number in mind.
I do.
Good. So a number between 1 and 52. Let me ask you for the sake of time. Is it in the 20s, 30s, or 40s?
Between 1 and 52, it's not in the 20s, 30s, or 40s.
Okay. Well, then if it's below 20, then I'm going to go slow. But if it's over 40, I'm going to have to pick up the pace we are on TV. I want you to stop me when I reach the number that you're thinking of. Okay? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Stop.
4.
3.
3. So the third card, we're going to move to the side. I didn't expect that, Jim. I did not expect that you would stop me so soon. But we have one card. And again, a shuffled pack of cards. Now, Jim, you will have to agree with me that no one could have known what number you would stop at.
Not at all, because I didn't tell you.
Let alone what card would be at that position, correct?
Correct.
I'm sure you agree to that, and I'm sure all your viewers do. Jim, without cutting away, please open that piece of paper.
Here we go, folks. The big moment. The big piece of paper. Jim will stop at 3 of hearts.
Not a black card. The 3 of hearts.
Specifically, 3 of hearts. Jim will. I am heart centric, so I think that's why the hearts too.
Not a black card. So the 3 of hearts, just like
the 3 of hearts. Wow, there it is. Jim will stop at the 3 of hearts. He's holding the 3 of hearts. This was mailed 2 weeks ago. We have not opened it. This is the first time I saw it. That's unbelievable. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What do you think, Loveties? Is that not amazing? You saw that before your eyes. Jim will stop at the 3 of hearts. He had no idea that it would be hearts or 3 or any of that.
No one could have predicted where you would stop at. You could have thought of a number in the 40s.
Could have been right. Exactly. Could have been much higher. Could have been even 4 or 2. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is incredible. Wow. And again, this has been, and actually to tell you to solidify this I didn't, because I knew we were doing the show today, I didn't pick it up at the post office until today. So it's actually been sitting locked in the box for all that time. It hasn't been laying around. It hasn't been in front of me. So there's no way that it could have been open, because this
Thanks for that bit of information.
This was actually retrieved from the box, I would say about 30 minutes before we went live on the air.
Wow.
That is
unbelievable.
That is amazing. And look what they say. Denise says amazing. June says so awesome. Evelyn says, yup, I'm amazed. Crystal in Connecticut, wow, that's amazing. Austin Field says this is very cool stuff. Mary Bishop in Florida, wowza. Cynthia in Washington, D.C. says just incredible. June is quite amazed herself in Maryland. And June probably fell off her new furniture.
By the way, June, just for the sake of curiosity, did you have an issue with, I believe, possibly furniture being delivered today? I'm not sure if I'm right, but it just came to mind.
Something that might have delayed it.
Right.
That's amazing that you would know something like that. That something could happen to the furniture truck. Amazing. And this has been an amazing evening. Thank you so much. And another amazing Nova Scotian, amazing Michael from Karen in Nova Scotia. Cynthia says, Michael, you have certainly been a blessing, talent, and joy. Thank you for sharing your amazing gifts with us, Evelyn says. Thank you so much, Jim. And thank you, Michael. I'm so grateful for this time with you. I needed this so much. Christine says in North Carolina, thanks for sharing your gifts and your time with us tonight, Michael. And they're like, I don't want this to end. This is a lot of fun with Kathleen in New York City, and Kathy in Cleveland says amazing. And Maureen says this has been the most captivating show. I don't want it to end. You're so gifted. Very incredible. Wow, wow, wow. It's amazing. It really, really is. I mean, it's really extraordinary. And guess what? June says they were 4 hours late. Flat tire. Is that what a night?
I had nothing to do with the tire, June.
That's right. There was no. Why do you love doing this? You've been doing this for a long time. You've devoted your life to this. You've really devoted so much of your time and talent.
And every show is different. Every audience is different. And I sometimes think that I have more fun than they do. And yeah.
What's ahead, what are some things that are out there that you would like when you talk to somebody like Nick Wallenda, he'd
Yeah.
be like, okay, we're going to go across the Grand Canyon, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. Are there things that you have in mind that are bucket list items for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Some crazy new escapes. We're looking for sponsors. Possibly a TV deal for a special. That would be nice. I've got ideas for a book, and specifically a children's book.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
instill the power of positive thinking, because it can be pretty scary being a kid, and they, with adults around them who know everything. And
Especially what kids are going through this year too.
yeah.
Social contact. And
Yeah.
do you like to teach? Would you like to teach others how to do some of these things?
I do. I would like to teach, and I've taught a few lessons in the powers of the mind and human potential. So yeah, I've gone into the new school, and it's very interesting stuff.
Karen in Nova Scotia says, such an amazing, incredible night. Michael is the best.
Thank
And June says, do a show in Maryland. Absolutely. And smiles. And Crystal says, thank you for a fun and amazing show, Michael. You're truly incredible as well. And Austin Field says, another wonderful show. Absolutely. This was amazing. This was really amazing. We've done, we've been chatting, believe it or not, 2 hours and almost 20 minutes, but it doesn't feel like that, right? Every guest says it never feels like that. It goes by in a New York minute.
You're doing something right.
Exactly. Juanita in South Africa says, that was fantastic. Thank you, Michael. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your time with us and sharing your amazing work.
Juanita, if you happen to know of a great international agent, bring me to Africa. I would love to perform there.
And in Florida, Jacksonville probably wants you to come to FLA too. Thank you, Michael, for such an amazing, awesome, and wonderful evening. We'd love to see you
Thank you,
in
Andrew.
person.
I love Florida.
Thank you, Michael. Amazing show. We all thank you.
Definitely.
It's a team effort here at the Jim Masters Show Live. Evelyn, he's so amazing. I need him to stay with us forever. Denise says, thank you, Jim and Michael, for an amazing show. It is my pleasure and Michael's pleasure as well. Really amazing. So now you're going to escape from the show, huh? You're just going to fade to black.
The ether.
Well, somebody that was watching this evening.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just a second.
You're thinking.
Just a second. Don't move. Don't move.
Okay. I won't.
Do not change your mind.
I won't change my mind.
Yes or no? Are you holding this thing? Yes or no? This piece of memorabilia.
Yes, I am.
Am I close?
Yes, you are.
There we go.
George and George loved it. You never got a chance to work with George, did you?
One of the great movies of all time. I would highly recommend it. And it's so much better than what's being put out today with explosions and bombs. And in the first minute was such a wonderful movie. Was called, with George Burns and Walter Matthau, The Sunshine Boys.
Oh yeah.
And a classic, great movie. And it's such a New York movie.
Yeah.
That, and moments of the movie took place at the New York Friars Club.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. He was a class act and he played God.
Yeah. I always thought it was me, but hey.
Amazing that you knew he was here tonight.
Not taking credit for anything, no. I take credit, actually.
Yeah. And Maureen says, excellent movie. Absolutely. The Sunshine Boys. Well, I hope the show met whatever expectations that you had, my friend, and you're welcome back anytime. We'll keep the porch light on for you. And I hope that you enjoyed yourself as much as I enjoyed having you on as my special guest tonight.
Thank you, Jim. It was a lot of fun. And
the Three of Hearts, I tell you, huh? Is that not amazing? Three of Hearts, and then this.
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon, the Out-of-Towners, the plus sign, the square, the circle, the three squiggly lines, the star. Evelyn says, love you both. I'm going to subscribe to the show immediately. Yes. Thank you very much, Evelyn. Yeah. Jim Masters TV is our show page here on YouTube. We'd love you to subscribe. And you have a website as well, right? Is it michaellee.com?
Yep, www.michaelleemagic.com.
All right. You're the best, my friend. I don't know if you have anything to toast with there, but we shall toast you in our Mr. Levity cup. There you go. Wait, that wasn't there before. Cheers.
Cheers, Jim. Thank you very much. Great time. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please support the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Spread the word about the Jim Master Show Live. It was really a pleasure, and hope we get together in person. I would love to, break bread and chat and have a good time, and it would be great to do that in the big city.
Without a doubt. Look forward to it.
All right. You be well, my friend. You take care, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jim. Take care.
Good night. Watch him escape now. Amazing. Were you not blown away by what you saw tonight on the Jim Master Show Live? That was really incredible. He is renowned for what he does. Mentalist, death-defying escape artist. And you got a chance to see some of that in some of those videos as well, which was really, really extraordinary. Also, I thought it was cool, too. He sort of defined and broke down some of the material as well. He's a renowned mystifier, and I'm sure you were mystified tonight. We're talking about our good friend Michael Lee, and maybe you've seen him before, maybe you've heard about him, and now tonight, because we dug deep, you got a chance to learn a little bit more about him and see some of the incredible things, not only in video form, but live right here on JMS Live. I mean, this whole bit was extraordinary, wasn't it? And the Jack Lemmon and everything else, even the George Burns. I mean, this is unbelievable. I knew you guys would enjoy it. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series, bringing back the old school way of Dick Cavett and Mike Douglas, Merv Griffin, Johnny Carson, blended in with the modern vibe and modern twist of today, where every show is something different. Every show is something interesting and inviting and inspiring as well. Cheers, my loves, right back at you. And yes, connecting big time, absolutely. And Cynthia says, good night, dear Jim, and all the lovelies. Blessings to you all. Glad I felt well enough after my second vaccine to join you this evening. Wonderful show. Love you and sweet dreams. Love you all too. You guys are the very, very best. And this was really an amazing show. Definitely check him out. And again, if you missed any of the great photos and so much more, this one is a really cool one, isn't it? He hasn't changed a bit. It looks exactly the same. You ever have a day that makes you feel like that? That's 2020 right there. That really is a cool photo. Again, we thank Mentalist and death-defying escape artist Michael Lee for gracing JMS Live, the Jim Master Show Live today. Tomorrow, we've got a brilliant author, Calvin Fisher, is going to be with us live. He's got a riveting new book. Can't wait to have him on tomorrow. Join us. And the High Kings are going to be with us. They're going to be with us coming up on this weekend as well. So join us on Sunday, the High Kings. Next week, Patrick McEnroe is going to be here. Yeah, tennis star, ESPN tennis correspondent, brother of John McEnroe. He's going to be here live next week as well. If you want to see some of the guests that are coming up, all you have to do is check out our YouTube channel, and you'll see everything there. If you missed any of the episodes, or you'd like to see this again, you can't believe your eyes, and you want to see this again. This is definitely a bingeable episode. All the episodes, some 400 plus episodes of our entertainment lifestyle talk show series, The Jim Master Show Live, are available 24/7, 365 on our YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the daily live exciting episodes, as well as all of the other content. Kathleen says, thanks, Jim. Really fun and awesome show. Have a great night. You too, Kathleen. In New York City, Crystal in Connecticut. Good night, Jim, everyone. Thank you for another incredible show. I hope you invite him back soon. Yep, he will be back. We will definitely have him back. Denise says, good night, Jim. Thank you for being a bright spot in our day. My pleasure. Thank you very much, Denise. I really appreciate that. It means a lot when we get comments like that. And Juanita says, this was some serious fun. Thank you for providing all these amazing entertainment for us. Another awesome guest. My pleasure, Juanita. And Maureen in Arizona. I bet you were glad you were home for this one tonight, Maureen, right? Right on time for the toast. This was absolutely fascinating show. Thank you, Jim. Levity and hugs to everyone. Absolutely. You got it. And cool stuff. And more coming in here. Lots more coming in here. Ann Wozniak in Florida says, Jim, this was awesome. Wishing you and all the lovely family a very good night filled with happy dreams. Don't forget to check around your house. Your lights might still be flickering. There might be a spoon that bent, a watch that's now working. Remember, he did say that it didn't have to happen right away, although a lot of you had light flickering episodes in your house when he was talking about that. That's amazing. So check around the house. You might be surprised by a few things that have happened throughout this live broadcast of the Jim Masters Show Live. Cynthia in Washington, D.C. says, good night, dear Jim. All the lovelies, blessings to you all. And yes, we are so glad that you felt well enough to be with us after that vaccine and your second one, I believe, too, you had mentioned. Good stuff. Once again, we thank Michael Lee for joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We thank all of you. And don't forget, we also have a Facebook group now for our show. It's JMS Live Levity Hall. That's right, JMS Live Levity Hall. It's a new Facebook page just for all of you. You guys have asked for it, and we created it just for you. And a lot of you are very active in it, and we love that. So check it out. JMS Live Levity Hall is the Facebook page for our show. And of course, you can find me at Jim Masters TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Twitch. And of course, our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Don't forget to smile, gang. We always say that. Do not forget to smile. Very important to do that. That is a very shareable and great contagion. When you smile, others smile as well. Don't forget to share the levity. We talk about that all the time as well on the show. Don't forget to find your Zen place. This is Earth Day, and we're celebrating Earth Day around the world. And I figured this would be a great shot to celebrate because I'm standing on Mother Earth right there, looking out at the ocean. One of my Zen places. We always talk about that. Find your Zen place on this beautiful planet Earth. Go to it and enjoy it. Savor it and soak it up. This is the Atlantic Ocean here in the northeastern United States. Of course, my ultimate is time with loving family and friends, and also my career in television, radio, and stage. Zen place as well. Always enjoy everything that I do. Do what you love and love what you do. Very important to do all of that. And we like to end this, the show in style with things like this. And don't forget to relax. We always say, don't forget to relax. Love one another. Everybody's welcome here at the Jim Masters Show Live. Doesn't matter your zip code, your income, height, weight, eye color, gender, religious views, political views. None of that matters. As long as you come, stop by, and have a good time with us. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live here on our YouTube page, Jim Masters TV, our channel, and the Jim Masters Show Live. And don't forget to relax. You guys have a good night. This was an awesome, epic show. Incredible author with a brand new book that's going to knock your socks off tomorrow. Calvin Fisher is going to be here, and we're going to have a good time. And the High Kings are with us live from Ireland. 2 of the members from the High Kings. That's coming up on Sunday. Karen says, good night, lovely family. Thanks for having Michael on tonight. My pleasure. You have a good night in Nova Scotia. And thanks for an extraordinary evening with Michael. Love the variety of shows you bring us. Good night, Jim, and lovely friends. Till next time. Good night, Christine. You have a wonderful night, and good night, Jim and Lovelies. Going to check my drawers now. You do that because, again, anything could have happened during this show. Don't forget to report back to us and tell us what you find. Maureen says, heck yeah, I'm glad. She's glad she made it home in time for the toast. We always have a good time. You got to have levity. She's glad that she made it here for the toast. Usually she gets in just as we've just toasted. So this time I did a slow toast with the Mr. Levity glass that she had sent. Gracious gift from beautiful Arizona, USA. All right, gang. Class dismissed. We'll be back tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Wherever you are around the world, whatever your day is like, know that we are always here to entertain, inspire, inform, and have a good time on JMS Live, the Jim Master Show live on YouTube. Spread the word. Tell everybody. Love that Facebook page. Join us at JMS Live Levity Hall, our Facebook group. And again, give some levity to the YouTube channel, Jim Master TV. Subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything, because you never know what happens on JMS Live. We love you all. You guys have a good night, okay? Now, I'm going to be an escape artist, and I'm going to disappear as well. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I love you all. Time for the big escape in 3, 2, 1.